Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 1986 All-Star Game. Been doing the Saturday NBC Game of the Week for 1986, and I just felt it was appropriate to go ahead and do the All-Star Game. I'm doing it a little bit early because the calendars aren't syncing up quite as bit. This game was played July 15th, 1986. The All-Star Game this year is going to be a little bit later than that. I'm recording this July 13th, and looking to post it probably tomorrow on the 14th. At least I think that's what it is. Sometimes I lose track of what day it is as well. I know it's a Wednesday night that I'm recording this, going to post it on a Thursday, whether that's the 14th or the 15th or whatever of July, I'm not sure. But we'll not worry about that and just get on to the game. There you see the starting lineups for both teams, the benches, the plethora of guys on the benches, and all the bullpen arms. And what I want to do in this game here is cap the starting pitchers at 2 innings apiece so that I can get all the pitchers in. I want to get everybody in the game, all pitchers and all hitters in the game, whether they're pinch hitting or defensive substitutions or whatever, and same with the pitchers. So both starting pitchers will only go 2 innings. I know they went 3 innings in the real game, but I'm trying to get all the guys in here. So, of course, the starting pitchers for the two teams, you got Dwight Gooden for the Mets, or for the National League, rather, and you got Roger Clemens for the American League. Chose inside pitch because all the cards are nice and colorful, and I just thought it screamed to do inside pitch on the All-Star Game. The Saturday game of the week, we will be back to payoff pitch, and it'll be the Minnesota Twins against the Baltimore Orioles. That'll be on Saturday. Not sure yet whether I'm going to have a fictional Friday with the Buffalo Bees this Friday or not, because it's a lot of things getting bunched together, so I may or may not have time to do that. I'm not sure. But if it's not done, there's a reason for it, because there's just too much stuff going on. I may have to pick it up next Friday. All right, so Dwight Gooden on the mound, and he will be starting things off. Since there's no teams per se, no individual major league teams to use dice colors for, I went ahead and went with the red, white, and blue All-American dice. So that's what we're going with. And leading things off for the American League will be Kirby Puckett. So Kirby Puckett will start us off. And like I said, both starting pitchers will be capped at 2 innings apiece. And the All-Star Game is underway. 3-6. 3-6 is a range play on Gooden's card. We go to Puckett. 4-4 for Puckett is a star line 5, which is a ground ball to third. So we got a range check right off the bat for Mike Schmidt, or otherwise known as Michael Jack Schmidt. His range is a 5. And he handles it easily. Throws out Puckett 1 away. So the first out has been recorded, and that brings up Rickey Henderson of the New York Yankees facing Gooden. 4-3 strikeout chance. Rickey doesn't strike out much, but he will this time against righties. He's a 7. Stadium adds 1. It's an 8. 5 fits. Struck him out. So Gooden off to a good start. 2 quick outs, and that's going to bring up Wade Boggs, who led the league in hitting in 1986. 4-2, and against a lefty, that is a blank. Go to Boggs. 5-6, that's a grounder right back to Gooden, and that's going to end the inning. So 3 up and 3 down. And we're off and running here in this All-Star Game. Roger Clemens on the mound for the American League, and he'll be facing Tony Gwynn, the only representative for the Padres in this game. 4-2, and that's a blank on Clemens. Go to Gwynn. 6-4, and that is a question mark 7 against right-handers. It goes to 17. However, that was a 19. I know didn't see it very well, but that was a 19. So Gwynn actually will end up flying to left field for 1 away. I kind of grabbed that before you had a chance to see it. I think it was stuck here, and sometimes on the way that my phone is set up, this little area here is like a Bermuda Triangle where the dice don't get seen, so I was trying to pull it out and I moved it, but it was a 19. And the 19 on this blue die, the 1 is kind of worn out here. It looks like a 9, but it's really 19 because the 9 is right here, and the 6 is right here. So I may need to get another blue die, another blue D20 out that's not quite so banged up. I don't know. But we'll move on. Here's Sandberg. Clemens 2-2, and that's an automatic out on a star line against a right-hander. And the out will be a ground ball to short. So grounder to Ripken. Throws over to Joyner, and there's 2 down for Keith Hernandez. Both pitchers off to a flying start here in the first inning. 3-6, that's a strikeout plus, and he got him. So both pitchers on their A game here at the All-Star game. At the end of 1, no score. And we go to the top of the second. And like I said, I think this will be what I plan to do is cap each starter at 2 innings. Here's Lance Parrish. 3-6, that's another range play. I think that's how the game started, was on a range play. 3-5, and 3-5 is a single pass third or single to third. So Schmidt again has a range check. He can take this away. His range is a 5. Unless this is a 6, it's going to be an out. And it's 2, so Mike Schmidt takes the hit away from Lance Parrish. 1 down for Wally Joyner, the rookie phenom in 1986. Pretty sure he was Rookie of the Year. 1-6 is a strikeout, but that's too high. 2-4. 2-4 is a ground ball to first, and easily done by Gooden's teammate Hernandez. Takes to the bag himself. 2 down, and here's Cal Ripken. 3-4 on Gooden is a blank to a right-hander, so Ripken gets the swing. That's a 5-2, and it's a ground ball to second to end the inning. So Dwight Gooden faces the minimum. He's pitched 2 perfect innings. And we go to the bottom of the second. Still no score. Gary Carter leading off against Roger Clemens. 4-4, and that's a strikeout plus, and he got him. So Clemens red hot as well. Each one trying to outdo the other. Here's Strawberry. 5-4, that's a strikeout plus, and he's gone. So Clemens racking up the Ks. And the offense is just not out of the gate yet. Here's Mike Schmidt, made 2 nice defensive plays. What will he do offensively? 4-1, strikeout chance, he caught him. So Clemens strikes out the side. But that's going to do it for both pitchers. They are done. The 2 innings have been completed by the starters, and they were spotless. So now we move on to bullpen pitchers and so forth, and try to get all these pitchers in the game, that especially the National League, they have a lot of pitchers in the game that need to be used. So coming on to pitch now for the Dodgers, he will pitch the 3rd inning only. I mean, for the National League, he'll pitch the 3rd inning only, and that is Fernando Valenzuela. He'll be facing Winfield, Whitaker, and a pinch hitter for Clemens. In case we got to Clemens to hit, of course, he didn't hit in 86. I'd pulled the old 1976 Houston Astros pitcher hitting card. I was going to use that just by default, but fortunately didn't have to use that. It'll be Winfield, Whitaker, and then we need a pinch hitter for the American League. Probably a right-hander, since we're looking at Valenzuela. So I'm thinking we're looking at Jim Rice. So Jim Rice is going to be the pinch hitter once we get that far. Here is Winfield. 3-3, and that's a strikeout chance, and he got him. So Fernando picking up where Gooden left off. 1 away, and here's Lou Whitaker. Lefty on lefty. 2-4. Another strikeout chance. 20, though, is too high, so Whitaker does get the swing. 3-2. He's going to pop it to first. 2 down. And now we get the pinch hitter, and it will be Jim Rice coming in to pinch hit with 2 outs and the bases empty. 6-6 is a potential walk. 10 against the lefty. He walks as a 12. Stadium takes away 1. That's an 11, but that's a 10. So Jim Rice, how about that? The first base run of the game. It's a pinch hitter, Jim Rice, and he gets a pinch hit walk, of all things. But he got it done. Gets on base. First time any pitcher will be pitching from the stretch. Rice, I don't believe, is much of a threat to run, but Fernando does have some pickoff chances. So let's see, Rice, no, Rice cannot run at all. So we will not roll for any kind of steal, but we will roll because of a pickoff and a pickoff error chance. If we roll a 20, then we check that. Anything else, we ignore it. No 20, it's a 19, so it came close. But here's Puckett with 2 outs and a runner at first. 5-4, and that's a walk chance. This is a 9. Puckett only walks at a 4, so no walk there. Puckett will swing. 1-6 is going to fly to right, and the inning's over. So Fernando does his job, pitches his 1 inning, keeps the score where it is. And now the American League will need a new pitcher. National League will have the bottom of the order, Murphy, Smith, and a pinch hitter for Fernando. So we go to the American League setup, and we're going to Teddy Higuera. He'll be coming on to pitch the 3rd inning. So Teddy Higuera is on. He'll be facing Murphy, Smith, and a pinch hitter. And the pinch hitter looks to be... Boy, who do they want to go to here? They are going to go to Jody Davis, because Payne is going to catch later on. So they got 3 catchers. Instead of having to get all 3 of them in there with a lefty on the mound, they're going to go to Jody Davis. So it will be Jody Davis who will pinch hit. It's Murphy, Smith, and Jody Davis due up for the National League. To start the bottom of the 3rd. So here's Murphy. 1-6, that's a strikeout chance. 18's too much. Go to the Murph. 5-3 against a left-hander. That's a single pass 3rd. So Murphy taking advantage of that left-right split. Found his liking against the left-hander. And Murphy, first hit of the game for either team, belongs to Dale Murphy. And he is on first base. Now Murphy, you wouldn't think about it. He has an attempt of 2. He did steal 7 bases on the season, so you can't ignore him. -1 from Higuera makes this a 1. So nothing happening. And here is Ozzie Smith. Ozzie Smith, the batter. Higuera, 6-6. That's a possible error. 3-3. That's a ground ball to first. That's a 16 though, so there's no error there on Joyner. So now we're looking if it's going to be a double play. Ozzie Smith's double play rating is a 1. The ground ball to first, you don't get that push for being halfway, so it stays a 1. The pivot at shortstop is Ripken, and Ripken's pivot rating is a +1. It makes it a 2. So 1 to 2, it's a double play. It's a 6. That means runners advance automatically. So Murphy will take second on the ground ball. So ground ball to first, and the only play Joyner had was a step on the bag. And there's 1 away. And that brings up Jody Davis, the pinch hitter. Chance to do some damage. Murphy cannot go anywhere, so no strategy roll needed here. Higuera, 3-6 is a walk chance, and Jody Davis walks as a 7 against lefties, but the stadium takes 1 away, so that 7 now becomes a 6, so 7 does not fit. Jody Davis will swing instead. 4-5, and he's going to double to right field. How about that? Jody Davis, a pinch hit double, and the National League is on the board thanks to some shrewd pinch hitting by National League manager Whitey Herzog. So Jody Davis, a pinch hit double off of Higuera. And National League leads at 1-0, still only 1 out, so the threat is still continuing. As we go back to the top of the order, and Tony Gwynn, all starters, I'm going to cap them at 2 at-bats apiece. Once they start to get their 3rd at-bat, I'll start taking them out and doing the substitutions. Higuera now. 1-1 is a strikeout chance, and Tony Gwynn, who does not strike out often, it's a 2 right here. Stadium adds 1, gets into 3, and that's a 1. So Tony Gwynn, a very rare strikeout, but it happened. And there's 2 away, and now Joey Davis at second with his teammate Ryan Sandberg coming up. Chance for Sandberg to drive him home. 1-6 strikeout chance. He got him though, so Higuera comes back gets out of it, but the National League strikes for a run, takes the lead 1-0 at the end of 3 innings of play, and that's going to do it for Higuera, obviously. So now the National League will need a new pitcher as we go to the top of the 4th, and the new pitcher is going to be Mike Scott. Houston's own Mike Scott will be coming on. Boy, the National League pitching staff is just loaded. More so than the American League staff, for sure. So Mike Scott stepping up. I mean, you had Gooden, Valenzuela, Scott, Kruko, a 20-game winner. Sid Fernandez, certainly not chump change. I mean, Roden, very solid. I mean, there's just not a whole lot there. Shane Raleigh, maybe a little but everybody else that's on that roster, Reardon, Smith, and Franco at the back of the bullpen, it's just tough. American League's got an uphill battle for sure. Here's Ricky Henderson. 3-1. Now, as soon as I say that, American League will score 5 runs. 3-1 is a double question mark. 1 to 14 is an automatic out, but that's a 20, so Ricky will swing. 1-2 is going to ground it to second for out number 1. Good idea for the National League to keep Ricky off the bases. 1 down for Wade Boggs. 1-2 is a blank to a lefty, so Boggs will swing. 6-6, it's a single to right field. First hit of the game for the American League, and it belongs to Wade Boggs. No surprise there. Wade Boggs is aboard on a 1-out single. He has no attempt, so he cannot go anywhere, but Scott does have pickoff chances. But there's no 20, so no worries there. Here is Lance Parrish, and now for the American League, got to worry about trying to tie this game. 4-2, that's a strikeout plus, and he got him. So against a righty, Scott strikes him out. 2 down for Wally Joyner. Again, the strategy roll looking for a 20, and there is none. Scott, 3-1, double question mark against a lefty is a 1-10 for an automatic out, but that's a 12, so it's out of range. Had Joyner been a righty, that would have been an out, but not the lefty. So Joyner will swing. 2-2, and he grounds to short to end the inning. Doesn't even matter where the out went, it's just an out. I'm not keeping those kind of official stats or anything. It's just simply an out, and that's going to end the inning. And that's going to be it for Mike Scott. He pitches a scoreless frame. We will go to the American League now, and there's pitching staff, and they will turn to Mike Witt from the California Angels. Mike Witt. He'll be on, and he'll be facing Hernandez, Carter, and Strawberry. The only 2 lefties they have left are relievers, and they want to save them because they need them for later in the game. So Witt will face Hernandez. 4-2, that's a home run question mark. 1-8 is a good check, but that's a 20, so it fails. So Hernandez cannot hit a home run, but he will swing. 1-2 is going to ground to second for out number 1. And Keith Hernandez is retired. Here's Gary Carter. 3-4, that's a strikeout chance. 5, got him. So Gary Carter is out on strikes. 2 up and 2 down. Mike Witt rolling through the National League right now. Here's Strawberry. 2-6, that's a single. If he's tired, he's not tired, so move on. 5-1, star 4 is a grounder to second. That's going to end the inning. So a very quick 4th inning turned in by Mike Witt. And he did his job at the end of 4. Still 1-0 National League. And the National League will now need a new pitcher. And they're going to go, let's see, who's going to be coming up? It's going to be Ripken, Winfield, and Whitaker. If somebody gets on a pinch hitter, so 2 righties and a lefty. They will go to Mike Kruko, a 20-game winner in the National League. So Mike Kruko from the San Francisco Giants will be on. And he'll face Cal Ripken to start things off. 3-6, strikeout chance, got him. So National League pitching is dominant. We go to Mr. Winfield. 4-4, another strikeout chance. That's a 6. He got him. And the sirens are out there saying, look at all these strikeouts. All right, as the firemen are firing in there, they need the fire department to put out the fire. Krukow 1-4, hit by pitch, but that's a 19, so no hit by pitch. So Lou will swing 6-5, and he's going to fly to left to end the inning. So that's going to do it for the American League starters. They're going to all now be replaced from the 6th inning on. So all these guys here will be pulled for guys here, and of course we need a pinch hitter for the pitcher coming up. This will also be the last hitting inning for the National League, as Schmidt, Murphy, and Smith are coming up, so they'll be replaced also. So we need an American League pitcher, and it's going to be Charlie Huff, the knuckleballer. He'll be coming on to pitch the 5th inning for the American League. Charlie Huff, and he'll be facing Michael Jack Schmidt, Dale Murphy, and Ozzie Smith. If anybody gets on, a pinch hitter. Probably Dave Parker if anybody gets on. 6-6, that's a home run question mark against the right-handers. A 1-10, that fits. Schmidt is a 19, so anything other than a 20, it is gone. It is gone. Michael Jack Schmidt just greeted Charlie Huff's knuckleball and deposited in the left field seats. It's 2-0 National League, and Charlie Huff doesn't know what hit him. Here's Murphy. 4-1 ballpark card. We're going to the Astrodome for the first time in the game. 4-6, and that's a ground ball to third, 1 away. So Murphy is retired. 1 down for Ozzie Smith. And it is Dave Parker who is loosening on deck as the pinch hitter coming up. So Parker, assuming, well, there can't be a double play. So Parker will be the pinch hitter coming on after Ozzie Smith. But first it's Oz. 4-3, that's a range play. We go to Ozzie Smith's card. That's a 2-3. 2-3 is a single pass third, but it is a range check on the third baseman, Boggs. Wade Boggs' range is a 5. Didn't know he was that good of a range, but there he is. But it's a 6. It's going to get by him. Go figure. So Ozzie Smith says, I'll put it past you, Boggs. Don't worry about it. And he certainly did that. So Ozzie Smith, the Wizard of Oz, was able to sneak it past Mr. Boggs. So he's on with a 1-out single, and that brings up Dave Parker, the pinch hitter. Strategy roll is in play, of course, because Ozzie Smith can run. He's going to attempt a 4, and Huff even adds 1 to it, makes it a 5. That's a 15. Nothing's happening. Infield double play depth. Huff to Parker. 2-4, and against a lefty, that is a walk chance. That's a 12. Parker will not walk. Good thing he wasn't a righty. That would have been another home run. But Parker will get the swing. 6-2, it's a star 4, which is a ground ball to third, possible double play. He's a 2. The infield's halfway, makes it a 3. The pivot at second, Whitaker, is a 0. So 1, 2, or 3, it's a double play. It's a 5, so no double play there. Ozzie Smith runs at only a 4, so they will get the force play. It'll go 5-4 on the fielder's choice. And Dave Parker is your new runner at second base. I'm sorry, at first base with 2 down now. And we go up to the top of the order, and Tony Gwynn, who was scheduled to hit, will not hit. Or will he? Actually, he will. We're going to wait till the 6th inning to make substitutions. So Gwynn will go ahead and get a chance to hit. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Huff, 1-4. Strikeout chance, but that's too high. We go to Gwynn. 6-5, star 4 is a ground ball to third again to end the inning. So that's going to do it for the National League, but they do pick up the run on the Michael Jack Schmidt homer. And at the end of 5, it is 2-0 National League. And we, of course, we need a new pitcher now for the National League. And the next pitcher is going to be, looks like it's going to be Sid Fernandez. So Sid Fernandez is on, and he'll be facing a pinch hitter for Charlie Huff. And let's see, that pinch hitter is going to be, who do they want to use? They're going to use Harold Baines. So Harold Baines will pinch hit. I'm sorry, not Harold Baines, not against the lefty. My bad. I don't know what I was thinking about Harold Baines. It's not going to be Harold Baines. It's going to be Eddie Murray. My bad. Murray's a switch hitter, so with 3 first basemen on the roster, Mattingly as well. Murray may not, and actually Murray didn't even play in the real game, so at least give him a chance to pinch hit. 4-3 is a strikeout chance, and he's going to strike out. So Murray says, great, you give me a chance, and what happens? I strike out. So 1 down. Now we're back to the top of the order, and now here come the wholesale substitutions. Lloyd Moseby will be the pinch hitter now for Puckett, as he is lifted, and he will stay in the game to play center field, as he is the only center fielder, only guy I believe that's rated for center field on the bench for the American League. So Barfield is, but not very good. They want to save him for right field. So it will be Lloyd Moseby with 1 out. 4-4, and that's a strikeout plus, and that's going to get him. So Lloyd Moseby is out of there. 2 down, and that brings up Ricky Henderson. Of course, he's going to be called back, and we need a new left fielder, and it's going to be Mr. Jose Canseco. So Jose Canseco pinch hitting and will stay in the game to play left field. The lone representative from the Oakland A's in 1986. Jose, can you see Canseco? 2 down, nobody on. El Cid, 4-4, strikeout plus again, and he got him. So, boy, El Cid was just throwing BBs and taking TCB and taking care of business. Got it done. We go to the bottom of the 6th. New pitcher coming in for the American League. It will be Ken Schramm of the Cleveland Indians, as he is the last remaining starter. The other 3 will be relievers. And some reliever is going to probably have to go, because if they don't go to the bottom of the 9th, they're going to have to double up somehow or another to get everybody in the game. We'll figure it out. All right, since we're in the 6th, we'll now start making some substitutions for the National League. Steve Sachs will come in and pinch hit for Brian Sandberg and take over at second base. So the wholesale substitutions have begun. And Steve Sachs. It will be Steve Sachs. Glenn Davis will come in for Keith Hernandez. And Tony Pena will come in for Gary Carter. So it's going to be Sachs, Davis, and Pena. Those are the scheduled hitters here in the bottom of the 6th of a 2-0 game. Ken Schramm. 3-6 ballpark card. We're going to the Astrodome again. 2-2 is a ground ball to second. Sachs is out of there, 1 down. It's going to bring up the hometown Glenn Davis. 5-2, that's an automatic out. And it's going to be a ground ball to second. So 2 down. 2 up and 2 down, and that brings up Tony Pena, catcher. 6-3, that is a walk chance. 4 is going to be the walk. So Tony Pena will draw a 2-out walk to keep the inning going. And now we will need a new pinch hitter for Darryl Strawberry. And Strawberry is going to be lifted. First, we need to put Pena on base. That would help. So the 2-out walk to Tony Pena. And we now have a pinch hitter coming up for Strawberry. And it will be, let's see, who do they want to go to here? It will be, do they go with Chili Davis or Kevin Batt? They're going to go with Chili Davis. So Chili Davis will pinch hit. Pena, let's see, can he get an attempt? His attempt is a 2, so he could get a jump here. Let's see. He does not, so Chili Davis will step in with 2 outs and a runner at first. Schramm, 5-1, home run question mark. Davis' switch hitter batting left is a 1-4, but that's a 5. It fails. No home run chance for Chili, but he will swing. 4-1, question mark 8 against a right-hander goes to 12, but that's a 14. Had the pitcher been a lefty, that would have been a triple, but since he's a righty, it's simply going to be a fly out to center field to end the inning. So Schramm pitches a scoreless 6th. We go to the 7th, still 2-0, favor of the National League, and we will need a new pitcher for the National League, and it will be, let's see, they're going to have Rick Rhoden, I do believe, coming on from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Rick Rhoden, and he'll be facing, he would have been facing Wade Boggs, but we're going to get a new third baseman in the game, and that new third baseman is going to be the Hound Dog, Jim Presley, the lone representative of the Seattle Mariners. So Presley. Now we also have Jacoby. He'll be a pinch hitter because they got 3 third basemen, so I'll use him as a pinch hitter at some point. But Boggs is no longer in the game, and then of course Lance Parrish is coming up, but he won't hit. It'll be Rich Gedman that will hit in his place. So Gedman will hit next as we frantically try to get everybody in the game, and then for Don Mattingly will take over for Wally Joyner. So our lineup in this inning for the American League is Presley, Gedman, and Mattingly against Rick Rhoden. 4-4, and that's a home run question mark. It's a right-hander, 1-16. That passes. Presley on a 1-13 will get a pinch hit home run. And he does. How about that, folks? Jim Presley, a pinch hit home run. And it took a pinch hitter to get the thing rolling for the American League. Cuts the lead to 2-1. And here's Rich Gedman. 5-3, and that's a strikeout chance. 4, got him. So 1 away, and that brings up Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly. And Tony Fernandez will be coming in for Ripken very shortly as well, as he's the next batter. 6-5, and that's a range play at the park. So we go to the Astrodome for a range play. 6-1, that's a single to center, but it is a range check for the center fielder, Dale Murphy. And unfortunately for Murphy, actually it's not Murphy, is it? Yes, it's still Murphy, because we hadn't gotten to his part in the lineup yet. So I hadn't brought in Kevin Bass or somebody else to play center field. So Murphy, unfortunately, he is a 1. So Murphy, not exactly happy with getting that rating of a 1, but that's just the way he was rated. So it's a range play, and it's going to fail. So Mattingly will get that single. So Mattingly will single, and the tying run is on base for the American League. And now we got a pinch hitter. It'll be Tony Fernandez pinch hitting for Cal Ripken. Tony Fernandez. And we're going to get a new pitcher. Rick Rhoden's going to leave, and they're going to bring in they're going to bring in John Franco to try to get out of this inning. So Franco is on, facing switch hitter Tony Fernandez. Fernandez hits a little bit better against righties, so that's one of the reasons why they're doing that. Mattingly, no chance to steal, but there's lots of pickoff chances and balks and stuff for Franco, so we'll roll the strategy roll just in case, and nothing's happening. So here's Fernandez, infield double play depth against Franco. 5-3, and that is the ballpark card again. So we're going right back to the Astrodome. We get a 2-4, and that is a question mark 9. Up through a 13 is a home run. That's a 14. So Tony Fernandez just missed a chance at a home run. It wasn't a very good chance, 1-7, but still it would have been a chance. But instead, since it's out of that range, it will just simply be a fly to right, a deep fly to right at that. And Fernandez is out for out number 2. Franco not out of the woodwork yet, because American League will send another pinch hitter for Winfield. and that will be Jesse Barfield, and Barfield will take over in right field as well. So Jesse Barfield, a tough righty, is coming up. Again, the strategy roll because of the potential pickoffs, but nothing happening. Franco to Barfield. 1-2, double question mark against a right-hander. 1-7 is a straight out single. That's a 1. That's an S1. So an S1 to get from first to third, you have to have a base run rating of 4. Mattingly only runs at a 2 with 2 outs, makes it a 3, but that's still not enough. So Mattingly will have to hold as Barfield gets the single. Keeps the inning going. And due up for the American League would have been Lou Whitaker, but it's going to be Frank White. So Frank White will come on. Now I have Baines crossed off, but he has not played in the game yet. That was a mistake. So they still have Baines remaining. And let's see who else they have. Shoes Fernandez. They have Baines and Jacoby. That's who they have left to try to get into the game. And Jacoby is standing on deck to pinch hit for the pitcher if the inning continues. Right now, Franco to Frank White. 20, so there's a chance of a pickoff or a balk. That's 12, so nothing happening. Franco to White. 1-2 is a double question mark. Again, a 1-7 is a single, but this is a 12, so it's no single. It's treated as a blank, and White gets to swing. 5-3, double. That's a question mark 7, but against a lefty, it's only a 1-9, but this happens to be a 9. It is a pinch hit triple for Frank White off of John Franco. A 2-run pinch hit triple for Frank White. How do you like that? Frank White, of all people, gets a pinch hit triple. And now I can't find his little base running thingy. It's hidden somewhere. There it is. Frank White, a pinch hit triple. And the American League now leads it 3-2 as they've scored 3 runs here in the top of the 7th. And they may not be done because now Brooke Jacoby is coming on to pinch hit. And that will leave Harold Baines as the only guy on the bench remaining. With Brooke Jacoby, since a lefty is on the mound, they will use Jacoby. Had a righty been on the mound, they would have used Baines. But they're going to use Jacoby to pinch hit. And that will leave Baines as the only position player on the bench. Nothing on the Havoc. Franco, 1-4 is a walk plus, and he's going to walk Brooke Jacoby. Keeps the inning going. And they may need some relief for Mr. Franco. Let's look at their bullpen. They're going to go to... Looks like they're going to go to Jeff Reardon to try to get out of this mess. So right-hander Jeff Reardon is on to face the new batter Lloyd Mosby, who is a lefty, but they don't want to use Shane Raleigh because he's more of a starting pitcher, so they want to get a guy that they hope can get him out of the inning. Jacoby, let's see his attempt rating for Brooke Jacoby. His attempt rating is not anything, so no strategy roll needed because there's no pickoff chances. Reardon, 4-1 strikeout chance, and he got him, so that's what he was in there for. He came in for that purpose, to get out of the jam. But a 3-run spot for the American League, and my initial observations of the National League blowing the American League away, at least the pitchers blowing the American League away, proves to be maybe not so truthful after all. But 3 runs, top of the 7th, and we need a new pitcher for the American League. And let's see who is it going to be. It's going to be from the Baltimore Orioles. It will be Don Ossie. He had 34 saves on the season, and he's going to be facing some substitutes for the National League. as Chris Brown will hit for Schmidt, and Kevin Bass will hit for Murphy, and Hubie Brooks will hit for Ozzie Smith. So a plethora of changes there to get these guys in the game. So instead of Schmidt, Murphy, and Smith, it's going to be Chris Brown, Kevin Bass, and Hubie Brooks. And if nobody gets on, Tim Raines could pinch hit, as he's still available. But right now, first things first, it is going to be Chris Brown. Chris Brown, your batter, against Don Ossie. Oh, check that. Almost forgot. It is a 7th inning stretch. And what's a 7th inning stretch without take me out to the ball game? And actually, I just noticed that in my attempt to use all the players, I might be using up too many players. So actually, Ozzie Smith will hit for himself. And we're going to save Tim Raines to replace Gwynn in left field, because Gwynn is still in the game. So Raines will take over in left field. Even if he doesn't come to bat, he will take over defensively for Gwynn. So it's actually going to be Brown, Bass, and Huey Brooks would pinch hit for the pitcher. So, if it gets that far. If not, we'll save Huey Brooks for the next inning. All right, so Ossie facing Brown. I'm sure that's all clear as mud now, isn't it? Chris Brown, the pinch hitter, 4-4. We go to the ballpark card again. We're going to the Astrodome quite a bit. 6-4, that's a blank, so we're going to the rare play chart for the first time in the game. It's a rare play chart with the bases empty. It's a 2d6 roll, and that is a 13. Rare play chart on a number 13. Foul tip-off catcher, injury check for the catcher, but I'm not doing injuries, so we skip that and just keep going. 4-6 on Ossie is a strikeout. And Brown with an 11 is too high, so Brown gets to swing. 5-6, he's going to single to left field. So Chris Brown trying to get something going for the Giants. He is now the tying run at the on base rather, and Kevin Bass is your pinch hitter now for Murphy. He will stay in the game and play center field. Chris Brown attempt is a 3, -2 from Ossie is a 1. So nothing happening. Infield double play depth. 4-5, and that is a strikeout chance. 4 got him, so Kevin Bass is gone. 1 down for Ozzie Smith, who again, he has to stay in the game because National League doesn't have quite as many position players as the American League does, but they have more pitchers. So somebody had to stay in the game all the time, and it's going to be Ozzie. 1-2, and that is a potential walk. Ozzie will walk. So how about that? Ossie in a little bit of trouble. And Hubie Brooks has picked up a bat, and he will hit for the pitcher. So Hubie Brooks is on. And that leaves Tim Raines, but he will pinch hit for Gwynn coming up. So Hubie Brooks is your man. Let's get Ozzie Smith on base along with his partner over there, Mr. Brown. So we are looking at 1 down, 2 on, 1 away, Pinch hitter Hubie Brooks, nothing happened on the strategy roll. Ossie, 5-5, strikeout chance. 11 is going to do it because that's a 10 plus the one from the stadium makes it 11. So Ossie picks up the strikeout. And now Tim Raines will pinch hit for Tony Gwynn, and that'll get all the position players in the game now for the National League. And for the American League, all they have left is Baines. He's the only one left that they can bring in at some point. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Here's Tim Raines, chance to drive home the tying run. Ossie, 6-2, strikeout chance, 11's too high. Raines gets to swing. 4-1, he's going to fly to right, and that's going to end the inning. So, missed opportunity there for the National League. We go to the 8th. It is American League 3 and National League 2. And new pitcher coming on for the National League, and that's all for Ossie as well for the American League. So, new pitcher for the National League to start the 8th inning will be Shane Rawley. Shane Rawley will be coming on. He'll pitch the 8th, and then Dave Smith will pitch the 9th. If it does go extra innings, since it's an exhibition, I'll just say we can re-enter guys into the game. Re-enter pitchers, I should say. And he's going to be facing, Mr. Rawley is going to be facing Jose Canseco. Start the top of the 8th. 3-2, American League. 1-2, ball one on a wild pitch. 1-2, or 2-1 rather this time. 2-1. That's a possible error on a ground ball. That is a 2-3. 2-3 on Canseco is a fly to left, so no ground ball error to worry about. Just an easy fly out for one away, and that brings up the hound dog, Jim Presley. 2-5, and that is an automatic out against right-handers. And the out is going to be a 3, which is a ground ball to second. It was Presley's pinch hit homer that got the American League started last inning. Here's Rich Gedman. 5-6 on Rawley. It's a strikeout. 19 is too high. We go to Gedman. 6-4, ground ball to second. That's going to end the inning. So Shane Rawley, a very nice 8th inning, keeps things tidy. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and it will be Willie Hernandez coming on for the American League to pitch the 8th. Mr. Willie, Guillermo, don't call me Willie Hernandez. He'll be on, and he'll be facing Sachs, Glenn Davis, and Tony Pena of the National League. Now, the National League has used all their position players. So no more pinch hitting there's no more pinch hitting. 4-1, unless we go extra innings and it goes to the pitcher spot, then I'll bring back a pinch hitter. 4-1 is a blank. We go to Sachs. 1-4, ground ball to short, one away. So Sachs is retired. And that's going to bring up Glenn Davis. 1-4, blank again. We go to Glenn Davis. 2-3, and that's a single pass short. So Glenn Davis with a one-out single. And the hometown Astro fans are enjoying that. Brings up Tony Pena. Davis, attempt of 1. So check a strategy roll, nothing happening. Here's Tony Pena. Hernandez, 3-3 against the right-hander. Split chance is a walk chance. 18's too much. We go to Pena. 5-6, and against a lefty, that is a single pass second to get from first to third. To get from first to third on an S4, you need a 3 or better on your run rating. Glenn Davis only runs at a 2, though, so he cannot make it to third base. Had there been 2 outs, he would have, but there's only 1 out. But they have 2 runners on with only 1 out, and Chili Davis stepping to the plate. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Hernandez, 2-2, double question mark against a switch hitter batting right. A 1-15 is a single. That's an S1. So to score from second on an S1, you need a 4 through 6. I'm sorry, no, S1, everybody scores from second. So Glenn Davis comes in to score. Pena will have to stop at second. His base running rating is not good enough, I don't believe, to get to third. No, it's not. He's only at 2. So Chili Davis knocks in the run to tie the game at 3. And blown save for Willie Hernandez. And Chili Davis getting it done for the National League. And now Hernandez in serious trouble. Will be facing Chris Brown. 20s, 1-2 is a chance for a balk. 9, no balk. All right, here's Chris Brown. 3-2, that's a strikeout chance. 7, gonna get him. He's a 7. Stadium adds one, it's an 8, so 7 fits. It's a strikeout. So Chris Brown out on strikes. And that brings up Kevin Bass. Another Houston Astro trying to get it done in front of the home folks. Nothing on the strategy roll. Hernandez, 5-5, strikeout chance, 15's too high. Here's Kevin Bass. 6-4 on Kevin Bass. It's a single pass first base. Single pass first base. Single pass first base for Kevin Bass. Pena at second base. Does get the boost of being 2 outs. On an S3, all you need is that you need a 4 through 6 to score. Pena only runs at a 2 though, so it's just gonna load the bases. It will not score the run. It will just load the bases. So Kevin Bass singles, and now Willie Hernandez really on the ropes, and it's gonna be Ozzie Smith. And we have to bring somebody off the bench to pinch hit if it gets that far, which it looks like it might. All right. 4-6 for Willie Hernandez is a walk chance. 12 is going to walk in a run. So he walks in the go-ahead run. Tony Pena comes in to score. That's going to be it for Willie Hernandez. They're going to go to Righetti to try to stop the bleeding. And he's going to have to face Tim Raines to do it. So Dave Righetti coming on, trying to get out of this. It is now back to a 4-3 National League lead. And Hubie Brooks, I'm sorry, not Hubie Brooks. Yeah, Hubie Brooks, because we need a pinch hitter for the pitcher. So Hubie Brooks will stay in there to pinch hit again, even though he's already been used once because I'm out of players. So I just have to do that. So Hubie Brooks. And I need to put Ozzie at first base because the bases are loaded. All right, Righetti now. Facing Hubie Brooks, 2-5. That's another walk chance, and he will walk in another run. So all of a sudden, none of the pitchers in the American League can find the strike zone. That is another walk that forces in a run. Hubie Brooks, RBI walk. RBI bases loaded walk for Hubie Brooks. And just like that, it's actually a 3 spot now for the National League. And they now lead at 5-3. Base is still loaded with 2 outs for Tim Raines. Back to the top of the order, and Dave Smith of the Astros is ready in the bullpen to pitch the top of the 9th. 5-3 is a range play. Go to Tim Raines' card. 5-5 is a fly to left. We're checking the range of the left fielder, and that is Jose Canseco in left field. His range is a 3. And he can't get it. It's a single or a double. It's a single. So a single to left, S7. And to score on a single to left, well, we know Bass is going to score. Let's check Ozzie Smith. Ozzie Smith runs at a 4. There are 2 outs, makes him a 5. Single to left, you add 1, gives him a 6. Canseco, -1 arm, makes it a 5. So anything other than the 6, Ozzie Smith will score. And he does. So Ozzie Smith comes in to score. So it's a 2-run single for Tim Raines, and all of a sudden it's a 5-run inning for the National League. They have blown it open 7-3. Brooks will stop at third on the play, or stop at second on the play, rather. And Tim Raines, big 2-run RBI single, brings up Steve Sachs, and the American League bullpen just couldn't hold it. Combination of Hernandez and Righetti couldn't get it done here in the 8th. And the National League still not done. Raines actually on a 7-3 game. There is no more strategy roll, so we're not going to do anything for that. Here's Righetti to Sachs. 5-5, and that's a strikeout chance, but that's too high, so Sachs will swing. 3-5. 3-5 is a single to left. So will Hubie Brooks score? Let's take a look. Brooks runs at a 3. There are 2 outs, makes it a 4. Canseco -1 arm makes it a 3 again. But then +1 from second, single into left, trying to score, makes it a +1. It's a 1-4. It's a 3, so Hubie Brooks will score. Raines will casually just stop at second. No sense to press the issue. That is now 6 runs for the National League here in the 8th inning. And just the bottom, it just fell out for the American League. They just imploding here in the 8th inning. And Steve Sachs contributing another RBI single. Righetti to Davis, 1-3, strikeout, and they finally get out of the inning. Took them long enough, but it's a messy score sheet here in the 8th. It's 6 runs for the National League. So it's it's an 8-3 game as we go to the 9th. Obviously no save situation for Dave Smith, but he can certainly just close it out and have his team feel good about things. So as they go to the bullpen, Mr. Dave Smith is on. And the only guy who hasn't played yet is Harold Baines, so they will give him a chance to pinch hit in this inning. It'll be Mattingly, Fernandez, and scheduled to Barfield, but they're going to pull Barfield back and let Harold Baines hit because there's a good chance they won't get to the pitcher, and they want to at least give Harold Baines a chance. So Mattingly will be leading things off against Dave Smith. 2-5, and he's going to be an automatic out against the lefty. And that out is going to be a ground ball to second. 1 away. Brings up Tony Fernandez, shortstop. And Harold Baines is on deck to hit. Last player not to be entered into the game yet. 4-6, and against a switch hitter batting left, that is another star line for an out. And it's going to be a ground ball to first. Smith's teammate Glenn Davis fields it, takes the bag himself, 2 down, and now here's Harold Baines pinch hitting for Barfield. 4-5, and that is the ballpark card. So going to the Astrodome. 6-6, that's a blank, so we're going to the rare play chart. Wouldn't you know Harold Baines would produce a rare play? All right, 61 on a rare play. 61 says right fielder crashes into the wall chasing a deep drive. Resolve as a D9 range play. Check for injury. I'm not checking for injury, but we will do a range play in right field. The new right fielder is Kevin Bass, and he is a 5. So Kevin Bass, I'm sorry, it's Chili Davis, and he's a 5. My bad. No, it is Kevin Bass. I was right the first time. Kevin Bass, and they're both 5, so it doesn't really matter one way or the other. They're both 5s. Anything other than 6, and this game's over. It's a 1, it's caught. That's going to be the ball game. So the American League thought they had it. They were up 3-2, but then the 8th inning came along, and 6 runs later, the National League wins it by the score of 8-3. Wild ball game there, I believe. And I wasn't keeping score of the game, so just off memory, I believe Willie Hernandez is probably the losing pitcher. Winning pitcher, I believe, is Shane Raleigh because he pitched the 8th. So I believe Shane Raleigh gets the win, and Dave Smith gets the save with Hernandez taking the loss. Wild game, to say the least. And the National League just bound and determined not to let the American League come back and get them after they gave up 3 runs in the 7th. They said the 8th inning is going to be ours, and they scored 6 and put it away. So hope you enjoyed that presentation of the 1986 All-Star Game. Got everybody in the game. I had to use one player twice because I ran out of players, so I had to use Hubie Brooks twice, but that was the only kind of snafu. But I did want to get everybody in the game, and I did get everybody in the game, which was what I really wanted to do regardless of the other stuff. So mission accomplished there. Hopefully it was a fun game up until the 8th inning at least. Kind of anticlimactic for the 9th. That's going to do it from here. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do a fictional Friday or whether I'm going to skip a Friday. I'm not sure. Definitely will be Saturday afternoon, live NBC 1986 Game of the Week. It'll be the Twins and the Orioles from Memorial Stadium. That game will be played on Payoff Pitch, and that will be Saturday sometime around noon. Could be 12:15, somewhere in that neighborhood, depending on what's going on around here, about when I can get everything set up and get ready to go. So we sign off from the Astrodome. National League wins it by the score of 8-3 with a 6-run 8th. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.